Alright, ladies and gentlemen, man, we are back tonight. We've took it down south, sweet home Alabama. And I tell you what, man, we have got a story and a half breaking out after North Wilkesboro last week, man. Let me tell you all what. We had a little words out in the Discord. Made it a little bit interesting. Somebody got called salty. Somebody got called they was weak. And a few other words was shot. So tonight we're going to be watching to see what we got going on between Mr. Blake Henderson, part of Blake Nation's back to support him, and what we've got going on between Mr. Steve Tucker. So as we're getting ready to start qualifying, we're going to jump down real quick and start riding with somebody who made an impact last week on these power rankings, and that is Matt Smith. Get some sound going here in 1 second. Now, excuse me, y'all. Wasn't able to broadcast last night. We had a little power outage, so Richard took care of it. So he's coming in a little later tonight. He's got to get him some food ate. But it's gonna be a pretty. Actually, he snuck in on me. Let me turn him up. I think I heard him. I don't know why he's so quiet. Y'all out there in chat, y'all gonna have to tell Blake or tell Richard, you gotta hype him up. Doctor Who, man, it might be Dexter. You never know. He might be out there slaying and killing people, and you ain't got a clue, Bomber. Richard, welcome tonight, buddy. I'm sorry you missed me last night. Glad you had it under control.
Absolutely. Had a few technical issues, but we were able to get those worked out. Being out here near Talladega, where the cars are fast and the
women are beautiful.
Is slow.
Oh, internet's slow. My bad. I thought it was. Never mind. Well, okay. Either or, it don't matter. It is what it is. So guess what I've heard, man? I mean, you heard a little bit of the story. Guess who is making their appearance back tonight?
Oh, I have not heard, so let's hear what that little birdie told you.
Two of them. One of them is Dustin Hall has finally returned after his little absent. He had to take care of a few things. But the name to watch for and the car to watch for is the 8 of Marcus Chafin.
Chafin. Oh, look at that.
He's making his first appearance since the road course at Daytona. And he comes back at a track where it's going to be interesting to see if he's got any friends.
Yeah, Talladega is all about who your friends are, and definitely like the country song, you will find out who your friends are real quick, fast, and in a hurry when it comes down to those final laps. You'll be wondering, hey, are you going to go with me? Are you not going to go with me? Or are you going to hang me out to dry? So Talladega is definitely an interesting track to be at. And, you definitely want your teammates to work with you. But, it's all about the W at the end.
Most definitely. That's all everybody worries about. It's like I always say. I mean, we got 66 laps tonight. And, yeah, y'all gonna bring that up. But we got 66 laps tonight. And by the end of it, we're liable to see another fight break out. I mean, last week, Henderson, out of nowhere, and they're starting it in the chat, said Tucker had a Mickey Mouse win up at North Wilkesboro. So, I don't know, man.
Oh, man.
And, Tucker, after getting his win, man, Tucker was pretty hot and told him he was a softy little fucker. So, I mean, these two may be out in the first lap if they get near to each other. But, back to the racing. We don't care about none of that. We'll make it up as we go. He can't drive Big Red Bodie said he can't drive. A lot of people can't drive, maybe.
Yeah, sitting here watching the qualifying take place. It looks like Tucker is sitting on the pole as we speak right now, with Hall right behind him, 0.03 seconds behind him. And looks like we have Hunter Whitlock on the track. Looks like Blake Henderson is on the track.
And we'll have to take a look at that car Hunter Whitlock's driving. I think we're kind of a little bit biased on that car. All right, and we got a Trading Paints is updating.
Yeah, I was just about to say my Trading Paints is updating, but it is a nice red, white, and blue SBRN paint job. And I do believe Mr. Henderson actually put that one together. I watched him make it. Yeah. Looks pretty good to me.
Bomber, I don't know. Blake must suck then because Kanye's shit. I mean, that's all we can say. My opinion, Kanye West is shit. Alan Jackson, we can roll with that one. And speaking of Hunter, let's see if we can roll over with Hunter Whitlock.
Well, we are the proud sponsors of Mr. Hunter Whitlock. He is a younger driver. You know, he has potential. He has a lot to work on, but we figured we would give him a shot so he can continue racing due to that, you know, being a young guy, you know, not a lot of lawns to cut this winter, so we're going to give him a shot running our sponsor.
And there it is. Well, it looks like Gary is in a nice Tombstone. I think he's going to be representing Tombstone Motorsports a little bit. But PGR is up on the pole. And, you know, something we hadn't talked about much with Dustin Hall's absence. We was able to see Frankie Barossa with his 2 wins overtake Dustin Hall with his 3 wins. And then sitting in the P2 on points,
yeah.
Dustin Hall is 12 or 11 points behind him.
Yeah, it's still a close points battle. But tonight, you know, tonight can actually make you or break you. So it's going to be interesting to see how the points shake up after tonight.
Hey, Richard, you may be becoming the favorite broadcaster of the two, because I'm stirring up some Kanye hate out there. I don't think they're going to like me too much. That's all right.
Oh, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
That's right. Speaking of a points leader,
Kanye song too.
You just had to do that one to me, didn't you? I fell right into that one face first. Just like Steve Tucker fell into the pole for all of you Tucker haters out there. So apparently he's singing a little bit of Mickey Mouse and taking the pole. Yeah, they ain't gonna like me. I'm gonna be looking like old, who was it? What coach got pegged in the head with a golf ball?
I wouldn't count those chickens before. Oh, that was the Tennessee Vols coach, wasn't it?
Yeah, we hit somebody with a.
I don't know, but it was mustard. It was mustard too. But I wouldn't count those chickens before they hatch because we still have Frankie Barroso on the track as we speak right now, as he is riding that apron.
And their qualifying just ended. So, okay, this is what's going to make it interesting. Check out how they are gridding up. I mean, I'm a little shocked on this. You've got your Steve Tucker sitting on the pole. We knew that was going to happen. Tucker haters out there. But we got Dustin Hall on the outside. But look who is behind Tucker.
Mr. Henderson.
So that is going
So who's
to...
going to Mickey Mouse it tonight? We don't know. Mother trucker.
So this is going to be interesting now. This is already broke out to kind of be interesting. You've got them right behind each other, and right now Tucker and Hall, neither one has loaded in yet. We've got Hall who's loading in finally. He may like to sit on a good pole, but he's sitting on a pole tonight. And that's the one that's going to have Henderson right behind him starting out.
Now, he has had very good luck running that number 4 Jimmy Strong Chevy Camaro, and that's what he's got painted on there. A little bit of color change, but nice looking car. Let's see if he can do it for Jimmy tonight. That 24 looks really good too, and I like the blue Mountain Dew.
Yeah, he's going with the new one.
Black Rifle coffee.
We're gonna let's run through these grids real quick, then we'll let everybody look at the cars as we go through it. You know, we've got well, we ain't gonna say he's a newcomer, but welcoming back Marcus Chafin, who, like we said, had been gone for a little bit in that 8 car, and then we've got Blake Henderson. I'm gonna change that view around so everybody can kind of see the cars. And that blue Mountain Dew.
Blake Henderson running 3rd. Yep, we got Alistair Kirk, and he is driving the British Airways number 51 Ford Mustang. In that 5th position. 6th position is going to be Hunter Whitlock, and he is driving that number 35 Toyota Camry SBRN. Behind him, we're going to have Alfred Denny in the 7th position. Number 8, we're going to have Frankie Barroso. Number 9, we're going to have Gary Donaldson. Number 10, we're going to have Matt Smith. Number 11, we're going to have Nicholas France. And number 12, we're going to have Brandon Perry. 13th, we're going to have DJ Anderson. The 2nd, this is his 2nd race.
The 2nd Toyota to join the series, too.
Absolutely. And the number 1 of Bryce. You know what? They told me how to pronounce his name.
Bryce Bower. I believe that was how it was said.
Bower.
We're just going to call him
Yes.
Mr. Bryce Bounce It Off the Wall and Game to Position Boyers. That's what he's been doing the past few tracks.
Mr. BB.
Mr. BB. Tucker should have painted his car like Mickey Mouse. You know what? That is a good suggestion there. We may have to bring that up next week.
Man, the pace car lights are off. He is diving into the pits, and we are about to go green at the SuperSpeedway. How does Michael Walters say it?
Daryl, yeah, I ain't got
Come
the
on,
tone
you
for
got
it.
it.
I ain't got the tone for it. But I got one that'll work. Yeah, I can't pull no Daryl Waltrip. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing. I can't pull that one off.
It worked. It was good enough. And it looks like Steve Tucker is going to get a pretty good jump on the inside, but the outside is going to fight back. Dustin Hall is not willing to let him get away.
But if you look
5
at,
is pushing the number 4.
that's what I was fixing to say. Look at the camaraderie and teamwork you've got between Tucker and Henderson right now. They may be best friends singing Mickey Mouse Club, holding hands after this race is over with.
I never cared for the Mickey Mouse Club. I always liked lamb chops.
Man. You know what they say about a
Looking at our
mouse?
blimp view, man, that inside line is formed up, and you got 4 cars on the outside. I don't think they have anything for that bottom line, as looks like we are going to go.
Yeah, it looks like Hall got lost. I mean, he completely just got lost. I mean, he literally went from second near about to dead last, and that's just right there is how important the draft is at Talladega. You within a lap, he went from first to what, sitting in 10th position now. So I mean, you've got to have friends at this track.
Yeah, you have to have friends, but this could be playing into his strategy if he has one. You know, tires, yeah, they're important, but they're not all important as fuel. Fuel is going to be your best friend, as we see. Looks like who is that that dove out? That is Denny, and looks like the 22 of Donaldson. They're going to try to high line with Blake Henderson jumping up that high line too. He wants to have a taste of that lead.
Yeah, you got it right there, and you got Alfred Denny.
That side draft.
Yeah, you got Alfred Denny pushing Blake now, so it's going to be interesting to see if who goes where. I mean, Blake got tired of pushing him. He said, "You know what? I don't like you. Screw your Mickey Mouse win. I'll be a salty fuck, and I'll go high without you."
And you got that 8 car of Chafin. He is riding that high line too. If these 5 catch up and get nose to tail, they may be able to make that pass.
So I'm curious, Richard. I've got to know your opinion on it. We know it's going to happen. When do you think it's going to happen?
Well, with the way that things are looking right now, I'm thinking it's probably going to be somewhere after the first pit stops. I could be wrong.
And you know, I bet right now Blake is regretting his decision. I mean, you went from pushing the leader all the way back to where is he sitting now? 8th?
Oh, he's sitting in the 8th position. 8th position. Yep.
I mean, whether you...
I wouldn't say I would regret that, because I can sit back, ride half throttle, and stay with everybody, and I'm just sitting pretty. And where he's sitting at too, he's not getting a lot of shoving from behind, so the 2 car has got a little bit of distance, so there's no chance of him getting loose.
I'm gonna have to argue.
Giving everybody that kind.
I'm gonna have to argue with Mookerson out there. I don't think he had that plan. He was planning on going high and his team going with them, and they didn't have enough for that Steve Tucker train on the bottom. And now you've got Tucker, Alistar, and Barossa, along with Whitlock. They just chewed and went straight up by it. I don't know, Blake Nation. He may not have a plan. His plan may be to fall to Tucker, to the Mickey Mouse Club, the Tucker Mouse Club.
Now, what I'm worried about the most right now is that 19 car. He has fell back, quite a bit. He does not need to fall back too much as he's using that draft. He was catching back up. But look at that gap. You are just on the edge of that draft. Oh, as we see a big shove out of the 22.
Yeah, usually on SuperSpeedways, man, if you can stay within about a 6/10, 7/10 of the car in front of you, you can get a little bit off their draft. I mean, it's not as much of their draft as if you're up on their bumper pushing them, but you still got that distance where you can get that slipstream and maybe get a good push. So you get about 5 or 6 of them getting a good push at once. You can see Brandon Perry in the lead within the next 2 laps.
Yeah, you're right about that. And I mean, right now everybody's strategy is, okay, let's just make it a couple laps, and then we'll go hard here shortly.
I think you're becoming the favorite commentator. They ain't liking me now much no more. Blake Nation don't worry about commentators. Wow, I guess that was towards me. They still like you, Richard. They don't like Jeremy no more. But I do tell you,
as long as they come back, they like one of us. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I guess none of them like us because we've got a little purple button down at the bottom right of your screen. I ain't seen nobody hit that. You know what? Blake Nation would be very disappointed. God does not like unsubbed people.
As we see that 2 is falling back. He got left out to dry along with the 22. They are going to fall back to the end.
Oh, and we've got Mr. DEP Wraps, the host and sponsor of the HTL iRacing League. He had to make sure Dustin Hall came back tonight. I'll be the GOAT. And
glad to see him back here.
You know what? They're saying I'll be the GOAT, but you know what? I'll be the GOAT, but you sure as hell ain't gonna be a Muslim.
That's bad.
Bad for business. Tell you what else is bad is Henderson is dropped again to 9th.
Yeah, he's just trying to work that high line a little bit too early. You see he has Chafin sitting right behind him, and the 22 car is gonna pull up to them, but they just don't have enough momentum. Oh, as 2 others jump up to that high line. I believe that's the 1 and the 19. They're going to try to make it work, and Henderson looks like he's going to go with them along with the 8 and the 22. So they're going to see what they can get done, but I don't think they have the momentum yet as the 1 gets left out in the dry coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, Bryce Boyer, he had him a good run right there going into 1 and 2, and he just completely dropped back. So, I mean, he just literally lost like 6 positions in half a turn. Yeah, our timing's off on everything.
If you tried the next gen here. Oh, I'm sitting here thinking I'm in replay because you said that.
Blake fears no mouse. But Blake may fear a Tucker.
And it's not looking good for the 1 and 22. It looks like they are falling. They are over a second back. This could be devastating to their run unless they have a caution and these guys stay, linked up. They may be going a lap down if we go green.
Yeah, you can see, Henderson still got a little bit of the draft off Alfred. So, but you got Boyer and Donaldson that looks like, and Chafin, they look like they just may be out of luck praying for a caution or a stage break.
Chafin looks like as long as the 2 car and the 25 jump behind the 11, that will save him. But, he's about 0.6 back, but he is just, like you said, on that edge of that slipstream, and it might be hard for him to get back up there, but might take a miracle for him to get back up there. It looks like Henderson is opening up the gap a little bit and giving him some of that draft, so he might be able to catch up. Like I said, he's right there on the edge, but if Henderson drops back too far, he's going to be in the same situation. So Chafin is going to the back, and he might have to go run with Bryce and Donaldson back there. Got a little tongue twister right there. But let's go see what's up at the front. The front is still nose to tail.
Oh, look at that. They're saying so nice things. You know what? It's like they say you've got the Alpha and the Omega, and right now Tucker is the Alpha, and it looks like Henderson is the Omega. So maybe he's gonna plan a little something.
I can't see the chat for whatever reason. What the hell? What? No. the hell?
You might need some of that Blake Nation help for you there.
Alistair Kirk is shoving that 24. He looks like he wants to take the lead, but he does not want to jump out. Alistair Kirk, you know, the way he's pushing that 24, he looks like he's trying to get him loosened up a little bit, trying to get him to make a mistake and move him off that bottom line. And if he does, the 24 will go right back to the rear.
Well, you've got one Ford. Alistair is the only Ford running completely in the top 9, because top 10 you got another Ford. But in the top 9, that Ford just happens to be Blake Henderson. But anyways, you've got a pair of Toyotas in the mix of that. They've just now became they just now became reacquainted teammates. So it's going to be interesting to see if these Toyotas can pull a little something out of the hat tonight.
I believe they will. Looks like that 20 is, you know, staying a pretty good distance back. So I have a feeling that he is going to be riding, you know, just hanging back, saving fuel, and hopefully they are in their own Discord making up a strategy.
And you know what? They broke it down. It looked like it was 2 teams tonight. I mean, we've got 5 or 6 different teams here. But tonight, it looked like everybody had kind of joined in together. You know, you had Alistair, Blake, DJ, Gary, Hunter, and Marcus running kind of in the Tombstone Motorsports. And then you got the 4 at PGR, who's pretty much got a domination on 1 and 2. So they're all split up. Yeah, Ford and running in the same sentence. Ford, I guess you're not running no more. I don't know.
Oh. Ford will be back out there. Come catch me on Saturday nights in the ARCA cars.
Hey, wait a second. Uh-oh, I may have to say something good on Blake Nation. Mr. Andy the Unabomber just gifted a sub to Boana, which is actually Jay Gimbel. He is the IVRL, one of the other leagues we accommodate for. He is their medium, I guess you'd say, media manager. And a pretty gifted painter, part of HMG Innovations also. Speaking of that, let's jump over real quick and give them a little shout out. Oh God, look at, oh, hey, we're gonna hold on for a second. Hooligan Chase just came in with, what was it, 5, man. They are trying to get me to say something good about Blake. All right, I'll say something for y'all. In Blake we trust. Was that good for chat? Was that good for y'all? In Blake we trust. Did that work, Richard?
I think it does.
Well, real
I
quick.
I like it. It has a catchy ring to it. In Blake we trust.
Oh, we're going to have to get behind them. But as I was saying before, Hooligan just came in with the gifted subs out of nowhere. Let's give a quick shout out since we're about on lap 20, and we'll take it side by side and give HMG a little advertising.
Sure about it.
Shaking Blake. I don't know. I don't know about Shaking Blake. And if you look now, Richard, you can see that high side starting to form up. And they've got Hall, Smith, Perry, and Blake. So they may be trying to form some kind of plan as the teams have actually broke up. Highline gets the girls. But right now, that Highline needs to get in gear. Oh, they're scattering back towards the back. And you've got the 20 car and the 19. And that right there is going to be your stage break. So since we are at a stage break, so far this first stage has been pretty clean. I'll tell you what we're going to do, just as a little bonus for the viewers out there, and since Blake Nation is out there, let's have a good word. Y'all want to talk to Blake? Y'all want to talk to the man? Is that what y'all call him, the man? They ain't saying it. Let's bring him up here. Mr. In Blake we trust. You got a copy.
I got you.
Well, what is your plan right now? You had a good run. You went to the high side. The line didn't really form. Your Rome Nation's out here saying you got a plan. What's your plan?
Yeah.
Plan right now is just to.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take whatever runs happen, see if anyone can go with me. Right now, it seems like a lot of people are scared to use the high line. It gets very. No one's really on the same page right now, so the bottom line is really dominant right now. So just gonna have to see what everyone wants to do, and then kind of go with it. Because obviously, I tried to go high. I thought I had people behind me, but obviously, if the majority don't decide to go up there, you're not gonna get anywhere. So. Gonna try to see what everyone else is doing and follow it.
Well, we've got somebody out here in chat, Hooligan Chase. He wants to know about the Tucker beef. You started out behind him, you worked with him a little bit. He wants to know a little bit about the beef you got going on.
I don't know. He said some interesting words to me last week. I said some interesting stuff to him, so some hurt feelings for sure. But we're gonna try to go on with it, see what happens.
Well, Blake, we appreciate the few moments under the stage break. Hooligan Chase, there's your answer. He wanted to know what the Tucker beef was all about, so we'll let it hear from Blake, Chuck, Norris, God, whatever they've called you out there. We're going to send you back down to your Tombstone teammates.
Thanks, boss. Thank you all for watching the stream.
There we go. There we got moved. Well, all right. Y'all got it. Y'all heard it for yourself. Heard the beef itself. Some things was said. Mickey Mouse Tucker. Those pace lights still on that car. They are still on the car. Now, if they
looks like they are still on.
Well, we're fixing to make this. You got your fan, Richard? I got a little gas. You got some fans? Let's see.
You got some gas, man. I don't want to smell that shit.
Oh, this gas everybody's going to love. I think chat's really going to love it. Where they at? Yeah.
I think you just want to put a match to the fire.
Oh, yeah, we fixing to. They ain't forming up. You know what? We're going to bring up here, it looks like the new fan favorite out there, Mr. Steve Tucker. A little bit about this also. Mr. Steve, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. 10-4.
Well, you have led a lot of laps here. at the start, you had Blake behind you. Y'all had a little crosswords last week at Wilkesboro. Was you worried about him getting too close?
Not really, man. I mean, I feel pretty good today. I mean, got a fast car. I've always been good at these super speedways, and obviously after last week's win, I mean, I'm feeling pretty confident and feeling pretty good. So, I don't know, man. I'm looking to bring it back to back. I mean, we got this first stage of win, so I got my teammates behind me, so I'm feeling pretty good, and you know, looking to put on a show and silence the haters.
Well, I've got a little question to ask. A lot of people out there in chat, you know, it's Blake Nation out there. They want to know, will you change your name to Mickey Steve?
Mickey Steve?
Mickey Steve Tucker.
Is that some kind of like reference that I don't know about? Nah, I think Steve Tucker's pretty cool, man. I like it. But hey, listen, I mean, after last week and after today, I mean, I'm looking to find some more fans. So, you know, Tucker Nation's always got applications open.
Well, y'all heard that out there. Well, you may have a few get in touch with you. You seem to have a few fans out here.
That's good, man. Hey, I'd love to see it. We're going to put on a show for them either way. Right now, we're here to have fun and obviously win a race. So hope the fans at home enjoy it and have a good time. And that's what it's all about, man. Just having fun. And yeah, thanks for the broadcast. And big shout out to TFR and Douglas Distributors. And yeah, gonna hope to bring this car back to Victory Lane today.
Well, all right, I'm going to send you back down since y'all fixing to go green, man. Good luck tonight.
10-4, man. Thank you.
Well, Richard, we heard from both sides of the steak, and the middle is still not done. So we're going to fry this a little bit longer and see how it goes.
Absolutely, turn that burner up and get it to frying.
I need some new fans.
Well, it looks like we may have a new leader here. If this inside line, you know, Steve Tucker was the race leader going in. And he chose the outside to be pushed by Hunter Whitlock, but we've seen that bottom line be so dominant as he dives in front of the 12, which is very interesting. What he did say he had his teammates out there, so they are definitely working together. Hunter gets a little bit squirrely.
And it looks like they almost went 3 wide there for a second. As it looks like you've got that high line is not just trying to get the girls, but trying to get that pace.
Yeah, if the 19 would catch up to the back of the 20 and work with the 20, they would definitely go places. I've seen a small amount of cars beat a larger pack of cars at SuperSpeedway, so it is not impossible as Blake dives to the inside and leaves that high line out to dry. 17 is looking for a place to get in, but he has nowhere to get in, and 20 is falling back also. The 8 is going to fall behind the 20. Never mind. He's left out to dry too. So the high line has dissipated. It is gone. It is no more.
Andy lives in Steve Trucker's walls, just like money is in. What was his name? What was that fake evangelist who had money in the walls? Oh, Joel Osteen. So Unabomber, you ain't Joel Osteen, are you?
Jesus. Oh no.
And I'm going to tell you right now, it looks like those Toyotas, they are not close to each other. So they may not be working together right now, but it's still got 40 laps to go.
I don't believe, I looked in their chat. I don't think they're in the same chat either. Let's see. Oh, they might be. Okay. Yeah, they are. I mean, but still, I mean, even though you're split it up to 2 teams, okay, are you really teammates? Okay, so I don't foresee. Oh, and we got to spin the 20, the 17.
Ooh. And that was that first Toyota. And Nick Frantz, one of the that moved up in the power rankings. Let's try with DJ
like
Henderson.
Gave him a big shove.
See if we can get caught up with DJ Henderson and see what happened on that one.
Oh, and I think the 17 is on his lid.
Oh, the 17, yes, that was. It looks like the 17 got a heck of a run. And the 17, he is Mr. Glocking and Spin Doctor upside down. Y'all know what? Let's take a ride with him. That's got to be a pretty interesting view there. As he is in the pits right now.
Somebody put him on the spin. Somebody put him on the spin cycle like yesterday's laundry.
And it looks like he got a run on that. And he's still giving it a little bit of gas. And that can be a rough night for you. We'll see from Bryce's point of view.
Definitely not one. The 20 is all tore up. He is missing a deck lid. He is missing a front bumper. Half of his car is missing. But luckily, they do have a fast repair. But the only thing though, the 17 had to tow it in because he was upside down. So we may see him go a lap down. But anything can happen. He can get that lap back pretty quick. We do have another stage break. If he keeps it clean, you know, he will be able to get back on that lead lap and contend for the lead or for the win.
Well, the one good thing they did change was they was given one fast repair. So that may be complete change everything. I mean, do you want to use the fast repair right now at lap 28? You just want to go about 4 or 5 laps down getting your damage fixed, or you know, it's a
I don't think Anderson had a choice.
Yeah, Nicholas.
Yeah, Anderson definitely didn't have a choice.
Yeah, him and Nicholas didn't have much of anything, really. I mean, Henderson was spinning faster than Dre does disc tracks, but I mean, he met Ali. Oh God, oh my God, I cannot believe I messed that up. Ali after that. Well, coming from the Unabomber, I expect nothing less. And I'm glad, you know what, Richard? I'm glad Blake Nation's back. I'm glad they're back out there in the chat, you know. They missed the past couple weeks. It was kind of not as fun out in the chat, you know. We didn't have nobody to cut up with. Because I know we get bored after a while.
Bro, I was talking to myself and I was laughing at my own jokes yesterday.
You know what? That was...
Nobody was laughing with me.
Yeah, we had it pretty unfortunate over here. So I found out what happened yesterday. Apparently a car run off the road and hit a pole. Well, when it shot back on the road, it took out another pole. So my power was off from like 4 o'clock to 11. And my house got pretty damn cold. I ain't even gonna lie.
You just saved $15 on your light bill.
You know what? I'd rather just spent that $15 to stay warm. Well, Big Red, I've got to say, I got to give you props. You starved yourself to feud Blake's dreams.
Now, it looks like Francis still is rolling. He's on the track. He has no front end, no hood. he is going back in the pit. So he's trying to repair this thing without using his fast repair. So I think he's expecting more cautions to happen, but without fixing it, it's going to be slow.
Also, another thing, y'all see the link going through by Stream Elements about Martin 9 Sports 906. That's a place out of Michigan. They do some apparel, racewear, customization, race gloves. Y'all know Blake Nation. Y'all should probably, that's what y'all can do, Blake, for Christmas. Y'all can put your money together and get Blake some Blake Nation SBRN gloves. That's what they can do. Alright, well, that's enough about us.
We have gloves now?
You know what? I've actually talked to Martin about that, and we're working for something about mid-January.
That's pretty awesome. And it looks like the 17 had to use his fast repair. He is one lap down. Chafin is showing one lap down too, so he got into that just a little bit, or collected some kind of damage or something.
It looks like we're going to take it green one more time.
Catch up to our leader here, and that's going to be Steve Tucker. He is on the outside with Dustin Hall pushing him, and Blake Henderson pushing Dustin Hall. On the inside, we have the 12 of Barroso, Kirk, and who is that?
Alfred Denny.
That's going to be Denny. They are off.
And, you know, I feel sorry for Hall.
Outside got a pretty good jump.
Hall was in a bad spot. I mean, he was in between Tucker Nation and Blake Nation. And Dustin is getting a heck of a side draft. They coming out of 2.
That's what I was just about to say. We're not going to see Dustin Hall give up so easily. He is going to use everything. He is going to use every inch of this track to get up to the front. And if it's 2 inches away from his door, he's going to be there. As I see Hunter Whitlock, he is blinking a little bit, but it starts to clear up, and that's the worst thing you want to see at a super speedway is somebody blinking.
All right, I'm gonna give the viewers what they want. And you see right now, Blake's got a clear shot at Tucker.
Now, I see the 12 going in and out, breaking that draft. He's trying to slow down that inside line.
You got teammates running 1-2. So we're going to bounce back with Hunter and Whitlock. He's getting a good view from back there where Alistar is.
A lot of good cars still out there, and we see Dustin Hall still trying to work that high line. He is wishing that somebody would go with him, but he has the 2 car of Denny back there, and if I were them, I would get with some of these lap down cars and have them tow me around the track and help them get their lap back.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Whoa, somebody had a little lag out there. But you've got Alistar who's right there on the bumper of Blake, and you see him give him a little bit of a nudge.
Yeah, you see that 12 and that 24 hooked up bumper to bumper. I mean, they are not giving an inch. They want it all. But it'd be good to see these 2 Fords lock up and do it side by side.
All right, Richard. So, Big Red's kind of going to throw it back on us since we've been throwing it to them, asking, what lap would we break off on the high line? I'll let you address this one first, Richard.
I'm going to jump out anytime. I am going to back off a little bit. And I am going to get a run. And if nobody will go with me, I want to try to do it on my own, which I have done that. You know, the ARCA cars are very fun at this track. And I have held 3 wide, you know, at this track by myself on the outside line. So, you know, I'm going to see what my car can do, what it can handle. And if, you know, people see me jump out and try to do it by myself, you know, that might give them the, you know, the courage to get out there and do it with me, and us try to make a run for it together. So I'm all for going at it all the time. I'm here to race. I ain't here to follow the leader.
You know, that's kind of where I stand. You know, I'm the one that I'm not going to brake too quick. I'll let somebody else take that brake and let them get the side draft ahead of me. But you guarantee it. We hit that straightaway. If I ain't lifting the back end up off your car off that track, just like Barossa is right now to Tucker, you know, you ain't pushing them good enough.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. And like I said, if I was Kirk, I'd be communicating with Henderson, and I'd be like, all right, let's back off a little bit and let's make a run for it, because you know those 3 guys in third, fourth, and fifth, they're in the same chat, so they and the 20 is not too far back from them. They can make a run and take the lead away from these guys. You may get a block, but guess what? He is now, you know, you may get blocked, but he is now split away from his teammate. So he's got to make that choice. Do I leave my teammate out to dry, or am I going to block them?
Yeah, I mean, you've got 2 that's teamed up together, Tucker and Barossa. And then you've got Henderson, Kirk, and well, I'll take that back. Kirk is with Tombstone tonight. So you've got them 3, and then you've got Henderson, Whitlock, and Perry, who has got Kirk in between them. If you're going to make the move, to me, as soon as you hit right there, mid-third, 3, 4, coming out of there before you get to the tri-oval, I feel there's where I've always personally been able to get more of a speed right there where they're at and swing it on the outside if everybody follows.
Yeah, I love fuel saving at certain tracks, but you know, when it comes to a super speedway, people love to see action. I want to see action when I go to a super speedway, so that's what I'm gonna give the folks is all the action I can give them.
Yeah, and there's another thing. There's no reason to brake on the super speedway. And it looks like you got Barossa was thinking about it, but tucked back in, and he was going to put Henderson right there on his back bumper.
I think he was letting his car breathe just a little bit. Maybe those engine temperatures are getting up there, but he was still breaking the draft.
You can see Henderson, he's keeping a couple distance between him, so when they decide to go, they might can get a run on it, because you don't want to be right up on them and try to break loose. You want to give it a little bit of a cushion, and you want to ram up for it and be able to, you know, pass around it.
So I've noticed the strategy here. All right, Henderson backs up a little bit. Barossa will break out of line, break his momentum, and block that high line. So therefore, he has nowhere to go. And then just before he catches back up, he still has that hole. He dives right back in there, kills Henderson's run totally.
Mookerson, an angel came to him. We've got a Christmas story. We've got a Scrooge story out there. A Christmas angel came to Mookerson last night. Hold on. Let me get my, what's his voice? Let me get the Morgan Freeman voice. A Christmas story. Angel came last night. Told him not to worry, because Blake was going to win Talladega. And all the children was happy in Blake Nation afterwards.
like Ben Stein.
Well, they sent us the GOAT cam right now, so we're going to take it back up front because we've seen a pretty good race up that way. As you've got about 8-9 cars that's broke away. Yeah, I don't
Dustin
change my
Hall.
voice. There they go. They're breaking it high. And you've got 3 of them going. It's going to be 3 on 2.
Absolutely, we're going to see Blake. He has the preferred line as of right now. But as these other 3 catch up to the top 2, we may see the bottom line coming right back. Now,
Oh, the 12.
Blake is they might leave Hunter out to dry, and they are. The 2 Fords are going to leave the 2 Toyotas on the high side.
And we have got Mr. Henderson. Hold on. Okay. So I didn't change my voice. No. All right. So we're going to try a different one. We'll see how this goes. And the clouds opened up, and the sun shined down, and Blake Henderson took the lead on lap 26 tonight.
Oh, look at Hunter Whitlock dive down to the bottom. He's going to try to make a run on that inside, but I have a feeling that Hunter is going to get blocked by the 24. But look at this. It breaks up the teammates. The teammates are no longer in play. The 2 Toyotas were able to split the 12 off of the 24's back bumper.
Yeah, that 24, he's kind of... At 24, he's in no man's land now. I mean, he's not in a good spot right now, and he is behind Henderson, and that just makes me kind of wonder. Oh, we're going to see a lot of blocking right here. We're going to go to a good view.
Oh, and you got Whitlock that's on the inside. Henderson blocks Whitlock, slows down the momentum. Oh, there goes the 20 again. Oh, my goodness.
And that was a push that did not go favorable.
I'm going to have to go back and take a look at that and see what exactly happened. Let's go down to this cam here, and let's rewind.
It looked like Brandon Perry got a hard push. I take that back.
Let's ride with Anderson.
Alistar.
Looks like, yeah.
Alistar Kurt got a run, and it looked like he lifted the back end up of Perry, I believe Perry's car.
I don't believe that was going to be intentional. It looks like he pushed the right rear of the car instead of pushing, the Fords have a pretty flat nose. I think he wasn't squared up with the 20. Doesn't look like it was intentional. It looks like he was just pushing hard to try to move that line. And the 20 has already used his fast repair.
And lo and behold, Blake Nation's prayers have been answered. They have spoken to the angels, and he is leading them into pit road, as this will probably be one of the 2 last green flag or one of the 2 last pit stops they've got.
I think I'm going to do just fuel here. No tires. I think you're going to see all the guys do that. I don't know. You might see some side tires go on. I seriously doubt it, but I'm just going to take fuel here. I'm going to try to get back in that lead, and it looks like he had to back up just a little bit. Hopefully not. But, if Hunter can get back behind him, Hunter, is in his team chat. So, therefore, if they can come out 1, 2, and 3 just like they were. Alistair slides it sideways. And he has come out 3rd. Henderson has come out 4th or 5th. I can't.
He came out 4th.
Exactly where he came out at. Okay, so he came out fourth.
And you know what? He did slide by his pit stop. It cost him extra about 3 seconds on that pit stop, and that 3 seconds took him to the lead all the way back to fourth. So all strategy he had, all working together, just got thrown out the window.
I think Whitlock took a set of 4 tires. He had to have, because he has dropped down to 9th position. Unless he had problems on pit. Let's go see if we can ride with Whitlock, see what exactly. Yeah, he had a very long pit stop. He was right there behind the 8. But I believe we're going to see some people get back on the lead lap. I think Chafin was a lap down. So we might see him climb back up to the lead lap.
Well, they're saying,
back live here.
They're saying Blake needed a jab brake to power up.
Let's give him one of them monsters. Get them all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Okay, so now you have the 12 and 24 on the front row, and you have the 51 and 25 on the second row. Now, I have a feeling that we're going to see this 12 check up and let Steve Tucker dive back on the inside like we have been seeing him do.
Yeah, this has been making for some pretty interesting racing tonight.
Absolutely, especially with the 12, or with the 24 choosing the high line. Now, in every race I have done, if I'm leading the race, I don't choose the high line unless there is some kind of plan, which these two definitely have the plan, and we're going to see that 12 check up. But if I was Blake Henderson, I would be on his bumper. So when he goes, I go. And when he goes to try to check up and get in front of the 12, the low line has lost a little bit of momentum due to the checkup of him slowing down and letting the 24 in. I'm going to be trying to communicate with that, who's that? Denny behind me saying, hey, let's go.
Yeah. It's going to be pretty interesting. I mean, we've only got 2 out of the race so far. That's going to be Boyer and Prince. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to play out.
Chevys, Fords, Chevys, Chevy and Ford, and one lonely Toyota back there in 9th place.
Yeah, Hunter had to have took some tires and something. But I'm going to tell you what, he's not really in a bad spot. He's back there with Donaldson, Hall, and Smith. So, I mean, you've got some names back there that know how to make some moves.
Absolutely, and you see how far back the 12 is laying back. So and they're doing that on purpose. Now, if he lays back that far, I don't think that's fair to the other guys.
No, and they've kind of got Blake boxed in or boxed out, but he's got the 22 of not 22. He's got Donaldson back there with them, or Alfred Danny, and they're trying to make something work. And Blake tucks in and leaves Alfred up to the high side, and there is a gap right there as they're getting a little squirrely.
Yeah, as they came back up to the high side, you're going to get this 5-car draft if Denny will tuck in behind Whitlock, which they dive back right back down to the bottom. They might try to work with this 19 here, and
You know, you
they can get this 4-car train going.
Just gonna say you got a strong 3 set up front, and then you got a real strong 4 set right there behind them. Can we make that sponsor happy?
Like they got a pretty good run. They got the draft.
And right there is where you should have slung it high. You shoot it high right there. Somebody takes the lead and the rest follow when you're coming out of the turn, where you can get the most momentum and keep that wheel a little bit straight going onto the back stretch.
Looks like you got Denny, Donaldson, and Perry working together back there. Hopefully they can catch up with this pack here. If they were side by side, it'd be a lot better for them to creep back up.
And you know, we're down to less
Perry
than 20.
is looking to see a caution. Yeah, I was about to say, Perry is looking to see a caution. He is the only car 1 lap down, so he's looking to see another caution so he can get back up on the lead lap.
You've got Hall that I've noticed is starting to lay back just a little bit. So, I mean, you can get a good enough run, and he may be letting back just enough to let that back group of 4 catch up with them to fill that draft.
Yeah, I think they might be out of reach by now because they are over 1.2 seconds behind Dustin Hall there. So we're going to see a 7-car battle. You know, as long as this thing stays green, and as we see the 20 down there on the apron, he's still at 6 laps down. But I give him credit for staying in it.
Yeah, this is.
Now, you want to see a rival happen next week? I'm watching that 25 get on the back bumper of that 19 as we see Hall jump out to the outside. He's trying to make something happen. And there goes the 25. Is Hunter Whitlock going to go with him?
Well, you saw Hall shoot up to the high side. Then you saw Henderson go up there with them. And it looks like that high side, as they say, is starting to form. And DEP Wraps.
They're about to put on the top show.
Yeah, DEP Wraps made a very good point. You know, them 4 work together. You got some 4 fast ones right there. But I'm not thinking.
DEP. I was about to say the paint scheme he painted up for me, it looked nice and pretty going around Atlanta the other night. I really appreciate that. You did a great job, and I'll be coming back for another.
Yeah, that Toys for Tot race, that was for a real good cause. And you know what? You've got 2 teams back there, a breakup. You know, you've got 3 high, 3 low, 4 high, and 3 low. And the 3 low is looking to actually start to do a little bit of benefit off of Blake. Blake can being the conductor there on that train up on the top. It's not working out like it was planned to. It don't look like.
As we see the 19 go to the outside, we're going to see who goes with him. Is Hunter going to go with him? Nope, he's going to dive back in. It's starting. Oh, the 12 gets a little bit loose from a push from the 51. They are able to regain control. What a good job. That could have been a catastrophe, but they were able to regain the control. Anybody else would have probably been wrecked out. But you see, Hunter Whitlock now is in charge of that high line, and it is going to be side by side here pretty soon. You got 5 on 5. just depends on who can hold the best line is who's going to get to the front.
Yeah, and that Toyota is getting pushed. He is getting his rear end beat in from Henderson as they are trying to catch ground.
Well, as we see the 2, he dives back in. I just don't think they have enough momentum as everybody's going to dive back in. Now you have the 11 on the tail end. Let's see if he tries to go up high and see who goes with him, because he has a pretty good run coming off of 2.
Well, the 11, he's kind of the deal breaker right there. Because, you know, you've got the front 4 are working together as a team. And the 11 didn't go, and it looks like Marcus may have been into an incident, but he was by himself, so that's not going to bring out the caution. But those front 4 are working together, and they have let it known they are working together.
Oh, 19 steps out a little bit. Here goes Hunter, and everybody leaves Hunter out to dry. Oh, he dives back in front of Blake. That was probably a courtesy from Blake. Oh, as the 12 is blinking in and out right behind that 24.
Yeah, and you make a very good point out there, DEP. If they can hold a line, they can make it work. And they was not holding a line, Richard. It looked like a freaking blind man trying to do a maze puzzle. I've seen drunk people walk sobriety lines better than that.
I think if they're going to... Yeah, I was about to say, if they can get Dustin Hall out to lead that high line, I think they can go towards the front because they're going to follow his lead, and they're going to, he holds a pretty good line. He's going to utilize that side drive to slow each car down, and you know, we'll see that low line slow down, but they got to get the right person.
So I want to get a little bit of
take that charge.
I want to give a little bit of a feedback for the Blake Nation fan out there, and I'm gonna single one of them out. They like singling us out. Let's see who we're gonna single out. Andy Unabomber. I'm pretty sure you're hearing me. How are you feeling right now with Tucker in the lead and Blake sitting back out of the top 5?
We got Alistar Kurt challenging for second place. He's on the outside. He's kind of lonely right now, but he's got some help coming.
And Whitlock took the initiative on that, and he pulled up high and he said, I'm going, y'all go with me or I'm going back to the back.
Alistair Kirk, he's using that side draft to slow that inside line down, but they're going to take it 3 wide. Hunter, what are you doing? Tuck back in. Come on, you need the help. And now they're going to all fall back. We're going to see the 51 jump back in line.
That was not the smartest move I've seen. You know who really benefited off that? That 4 car at Dustin Hall. Alfred Denny's going to go to the high side. And you know, you're down to 10 laps.
It's time to move. I mean, you know that they're going to block every chance they get, so you're going to have to soften them up within those 10 laps, 9 to go now. You know, you got to soften them up, find their weakness, and take it when to take it's right.
You know, and that's the sad thing right there, Richard. I've not seen much of a weakness out of Tucker, Barossa, and Smith.
Well, we had not seen them side by side, so they have not been, you know, utilizing the high line to block. So, I don't know. see Dustin Hall back up
Ouch.
just a little bit. He back.
Now, Unabomber, he crossed the line there. Not a Cubs fan. I, sir, am a Cubs fan, and that's a good memory there on you because I said that at the beginning of the season.
Oh, y'all talking Greek now. Let's talk about college football.
But
Gave
you know
me some,
what?
But I'm a fan.
You know what?
We got a
Unabomber,
3-part draft.
and they have got a run. And that
See,
run
one
is
thing that
dying.
Hunter's doing. Yeah. The one thing that I see Hunter doing is he is mirror driving. You can't. If I could, I would turn my mirror off, not pay attention to the car behind me. Or I'm sorry, Alistar. You know, he's kind of mirror driving. You can see him go where Blake is. Oh, look at how far Dustin Hall has backed up. He has backed up to the 35, 25 right in tow, 2-car. They are going to try to make this run. They got a heck of a run right now as they go into turn 3. By the time they come out, they will have the momentum to make the pass on the outside. And here's the run.
You know, if you're going to do it, you want to do it about midway coming out, turn 4 or turn 2, where you've got a little bit of a speed. Like I said, you can get that steering wheel straighter so you ain't losing any RPMs.
Henderson gives 35 a shove just before turn 1. Hunter Whitlock closing that gap pretty quick. He is going to try that outside line. There he goes. Henderson in tow, but they just don't have the cars to do it. We're going to see him dive back in here.
You know,
and hopefully give it another shot.
If Hall would have swung up, they might have had a good running chance.
Oh yeah, 5 against 4. Yeah. See, the 12 and the 24 are looking at what's going on behind them, and they're like, no, they can't get anything formed up, so we're just gonna stay right here. We're gonna ride comfortable. Hell, let's drink a beer while we're at it.
And there Whitlock goes with the run. Oh,
Whitlock.
oh, that looked like a little bit of net code right there.
Good save, Dustin. Good save, Dustin.
I'm going to say that was a little bit of net code because I was on that and I did not see any physical contact on that one. And you know Hall is not happy about that.
Not happy. So
you've got 4 laps to go. We hadn't really had the big one yet. So
now I see the 11 laying back. As Hunter gave the 30, Henderson gave the 35 a big shove. I saw it actually crinkle his left rear. But look who is back in the picture, the number 4 of Dustin Hall. He is looking for that 11 to step out, and he's going to go with the 11.
And Blake's just in a bad position. And Hall shot it out there right around the 2, and he's got Alfred Denny going to go with him as they coming down to 3 to go. We're going to see if he's get a side draft running on it.
Not yet. Was unsure about committing to that because he didn't see anybody behind him. But here comes, 3 others. They're going to try to make it around the 51 and the 11.
And they've got 5 cars up high. They can do it.
And they got 5 cars down below now. They are going to have to tuck it back in and get another run. They are just going to have to form up quicker.
time's running down as they're coming down with 2 to go. And I've got to wonder about Barossa. He's been patiently running P2 all night. Do you get greedy here, Richard?
I'd be asking him, what's in it for me if I let you win?
I think we're going to see somebody put the chrome bumper to somebody right here.
He's got a little bit of a run, but he's not getting off his bumper. He's gonna stay right there on that inside line, and I don't think he's gonna leave that inside line, to be honest with you. I think they have some kind of deal worked out, being like, hey, you've had a couple wins, I've had one, I need a few more to help catch me up.
Well, you've got PGR Motorsports right now is running 1, 2, and 3, and Perry is PGR Sports too. I mean, granted, he's a lap down, but he's been the deal breaker.
Yeah, Perry's got nothing to lose in this one, so he is going to just sit pretty and push these guys. And, a 1, 2, 3 is a win for the team. And here comes Kirk. He's going to go on that outside with Hall in tow. The 19 is going to block. But here comes Hall. He's making it 3 wide. Coming in. Oh, Anderson. Oh, he keeps it straight. And here comes the 12 around the 24. He's going to take it. Oh,
Barossa got it. Barossa got it by 0.02 of a second.
Oh my goodness, we got to go and look at that finish there. That was some hellacious racing right there.
That was a finish and a half. And you can hear Barossa's car is not sounding good right now. Matt Smith's car is beat up. PGR still managed to take a 1, 2, 3 on that. But we're going to go back to see that replay right there. I mean, that was... We'll see whereabouts we can get to it. Maybe get a pause on it. And you can see him scattering. And Frankie just pulls in and gets that side draft. Tucker tried to block him. And they scattering all over the place like roaches when you flip the light on. Well, we got PGR.
Who benefited the most out of Hunter brought home a top 5 win, or a top 5 in that, because Henderson, he was slowed up, so Hunter went on the inside on the apron to make the pass because he was slower. But Dustin Hall was right there, so he was able to make the pass. And, yeah, it worked out pretty good for Hunter.
And you had the finish. You had the Talladega finish you want. I mean, 0.02 of a second. That's what you want, man.
That's absolutely what you want.
Well, you know what? Let's see what we can do here. We may make it a whole lot easier than it normally is.
Go down to their chat.
Well, I think we're going to go down to PGR Motorsports chat as they pretty much took the 1, 2, 3. So, you know what, DEP, you know what? You are the series sponsors, so we will holler at Hall if he rolls into Discord anytime before we go off. Well, I'm heading down to PGR Motorsports.
On the backstretch.
On the backstretch. Through to Tri-Oval. You got the win. 0.02 of a second. We figured it'd be easier to come to y'all since y'all went a 1-2-3. Barossa,
Right.
you was patient.
Yeah, I was, and Steve dominated the whole race. I felt he was more comfortable leading. I was more comfortable pushing, just fine. Yeah, just biding our time. Not, I'm not trying to do too much. But yeah, we made our way to the front, and once we did, we were damn good. There's that's all there is.
Well, I'm gonna say it. You got you a few fans out there by edging Tucker out. I think some of the Blake Nation fans might be leaning towards a Barossa.
I didn't even realize I had any fans. Hello, fans. Yeah, that's awesome. But I mean, first of all, the first mainly people I gotta thank is PGR, Brandon, Steve, and Matt. We all worked very well together, and one of us definitely deserved to win, and I'm definitely glad it was me. But we definitely all deserve to win, considering how well we work together as a team.
Well, y'all was pretty much the dominating force up front. I mean, every now and then y'all would break away, but y'all somehow managed to find each other. So, I mean, 0.02 of a second. I had said it on the about one to go. I was like, Barossa's been patient, I'm going to try to get by him, but Tucker, are you a little upset you didn't get that win? I mean, some are saying it was a late block, a bad side draft. What was your take on that one?
Oh, I'm not even mad, man. I mean, just to be a part of a race like that was awesome. So I had a lot of fun. I mean, leading most of the race, getting pole, winning the stage, it's huge. I mean, even just being up there with all my teammates and stuff, I had a blast. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot of fun. And I mean, obviously, I would have wished I would have won, but at the same time, Frankie's a great driver, and I actually kind of saw that move coming. Actually, I did see it coming because I slowed down a bit, but he had an even bigger run than I thought. So it was just awesome. I mean, just being in a situation like that, 3 wide and for the win. So you can't be mad at a good race like that. So it's all good. I mean, we obviously won last week in North Wilkesboro and showed that we're fast and can show that we're dominant. So yeah, great race all around. I'm just I'm glad to put 2 strong weeks back to back.
Well, Richard, I'll let you pick Smith's mind as, he was setting 4 in points and 3 in the power rankings coming into this and kind of get a feedback from him, from you.
Yes, sir. Well, the race was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. First off, I want to give thanks to PPR, Brandon, Steve, Frankie, for working well. They're great teammates. Just glad to get the car home second, even though it was sideways going across the line.
I think Richard had a question or two for you about the night.
I was wondering if you were going to block if they made a run on the outside, if they had anything. I mean, I figured that y'all were trying to lock it up 1, 2, 3. But if they would have got lined up on the inside or the outside of y'all, would you have been that blocker?
Yeah,
Or would you have stolen it away from them?
I would have jumped to the outside to stall the line and try to go for the win, as we did. But that was the goal, to try to keep everybody behind us, to at least have the teammates up front.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, they got this figured out. They're going to block. But the good thing is, they really couldn't get lined up, good enough to actually make that run. So y'all didn't really have much work to do as far as stopping them. Y'all just had to work it out amongst yourselves, and it was a pretty wild finish. Definitely loved watching.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun.
Well, I think the sponsor out there, and we're going to drop down for a moment and holler at one who has came back after a little absence, and that is Dustin Hall.
Just drop down and rate his chat. Well, we appreciate it, fellas, and we'll talk at you later.
Mr. Hall, you have made your return to HTL. Welcome back to virtual racing. Did it go the way you wanted it to?
Not exactly, Jeremy. Not exactly. Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess, I don't know. I guess I stuffed my nose a few places that didn't belong and got smacked for it.
Well, we don't think, it didn't belong there. It definitely belonged. But, man, that was a great save, though. We don't think we think it was more net code than anything. We'll have to go back and take a closer look at it. But we're trying to stay with the action. But, man, that was definitely a great save on your part, because that could have been disastrous right there at the end. But fourth place finish, man. You cannot be mad with that. That's still a respectable finish there for you.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, it was. I was surprised I didn't lose the draft. As much sliding as I did there. But yeah, being able to keep the draft and made some good friends, made some not so good friends. Typical plate racing, I guess. This package is just so not made for it. I mean, single file for 66 laps. It was probably as much fun for you as it was for us.
It was a blast.
Yeah, we had some
here.
interaction with the chat.
Good. I'm glad the chat kept you busy. I tried to keep you busy. I just couldn't make runs on the outside, and there was some definite team racing going on.
I think it more had to do with. Yeah, I think it had more to do with how fast y'all could get. If y'all could get formed up, it would have been. If y'all could have got formed up really well, y'all could have made a run on that outside. But the outside lane was just too back and forth, and people were scared of going to the back. So they dive back in and leave people out to dry. That's what we saw.
Yeah, it would. You could develop a run for maybe a half a lap, but you really had to pinch the inside line. And a lot of the times, I was judging that lane, or the outside lane, whether or not it would be successful by who that lead car was. There were a couple leading that top line that were very conservative, and it wouldn't go anywhere. If you're just running too much track and not pulling those guys in the bottom lane back, kind of splitting them up, if they could just stay nose to tail, then you'll never clear them. You've got to kind of separate them using that side draft while you stay tight to each other, and that's really the only way it would work. That's why I followed Mr. Kirk there at the end. I knew he'd pitch the crap out of him, and then he slid high, opened up the middle. So I mean, with Blake tucked up behind me as tight as he was, I knew I couldn't cut Alistair a break there, and had to go for it. So that's what we did. Somehow came home fourth.
Definitely an exciting finish for that one.
That it definitely was. We're glad to see you. I'm glad to see you back out there. We've been keeping up with updates and stuff, so we still praying hard for that and everything. So
thanks. Yeah, I wish I could have been there last week. I think North of Wilkesboro would have been that's where you were, right?
Oh, it was there, and it was an interesting one.
I think we'd have been really good there. But it sounds like Alistair had that thing won and had some internet issues.
Well,
I think we'd have had a lot of fun. I think we'd have been good. I like tracks where it's not so dependent on everybody around you. And I mean, we have Martinsville left on the schedule, but other than that, for the most part, they're all intermediates, and draft is going to play a big part. So I don't know. I should try and make more friends, I guess.
Well, it made for an
Yeah,
interesting
definitely
one.
friends are good to have.
Well, you guys are my friends. Why don't you jump in the race with us? Do some live race broadcasting.
Oh,
I
man,
don't think they want
oh,
this smoke
I don't
from
know.
us,
That might be
Richard.
actually pretty interesting.
They don't want the smoke that we would bring.
I do know that, Jeremy.
I'd be smoking those tires doing
I
donuts.
blow a lot of smoke out. I'm about to say I blow a lot of smoke out my ass, but yeah. Depends on the track. Yeah, you know what? Depends on the track. I'll do in-car broadcasting if y'all let me pick the track.
Let's do it.
Chat. We love chat.
Exhibition anyway.
We love chat. Chat keeps it interesting out there.
Yeah, just kind of stirring it here and there.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. Next week, we are going to Charlotte. And we are going for the Patriotic Night. So, expect to be seeing a lot of patriotic schemes next week. And I'm going to tell y'all what. If the drivers in HTL can get their schemes done in time, we will put them on Facebook and we will let everybody vote for the favorite scheme. No bipartisan to Blake Nation. Honest paint scheme picking, Blake Nation. And we might have a little bit of a giveaway for a best patriotic scheme.
All right. I'll get on DEP graphics to whip me something up.
Well, all right, that I think.
You guys
Go
got
ahead.
picks for Charlotte?
Well,
I'm gonna put you on the spot, guys. Let's see.
I'll tell you what. My pick will be posted when the power rankings come out midweek. So everybody will
Pick
see where
me
my
as the
picks
best
are.
broadcaster.
Will your pick be reflected as number one? Your Charlotte pick be reflected as number one in your power ranking votes?
They are not in the top 5.
Oh, your pick for the winner.
Pick for the winner is not a top 5 power ranking.
I like it, Jeremy. I'm gonna pick Frankie though. If you guys are gonna give me first dibs.
What? I pick myself. I mean, come on. You're supposed to pick yourself. Are you good at Charlotte? Then I'd be like, yeah, me.
I'm
Because
pretty good at
Frankie's gonna be
Charlotte.
like, yeah, me too. Frankie's
Frankie
gonna
might
vote for
vote for me.
himself. So.
You might.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Well, I tell
Just
y'all.
wash our votes, call it a day.
So we've got a lot of new
I might come to practice
nicknames.
with y'all. See how I do.
Oh lordy, we've got a lot of
I
new
might join
nicknames
y'all.
breaking out. You know what, Richard? I'll tell you what. I'll see if I can get us somebody up here to replace you next weekend, and we'll put you out there in the track.
Okay.
Let's do
I'm
it.
down with that.
I finally have a friend.
Well, nicknames have been made
Got
tonight.
a friend in me.
I got a friend in low places.
We're gonna bring down Blake, and we're gonna let Blake finish it out, wrap it up for the night, and kind of see how he feels.
Come
Blake?
say hello.
Well, I will bring him down here with you. Blake, your people want to hear from you. Have you got a copy?
Apparently not.
Blake
Putting out the
Henderson.
fires I started.
I don't think he's got a copy. Well, all right. Since Blake ain't gonna close it
I'm here.
down,
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
there
I'm
he
here.
is.
Hey, sorry, I wasn't at my mic. I'm here.
Well, Blake, it didn't go as your nation wanted it out there. Your nation was out there strong tonight, though. We'll chat a second to let you know that they're out there, and you're in
I
here
appreciate
talking. So
I appreciate them. I appreciate them all watching. I try to put on a good show for them. Really, really disappointed. And how the race shook out, I disagreed with a few drivers making a few decisions. I felt like sometimes a lap car shouldn't be in the main pack with less than 3 to go. So I don't know. Just sometimes race etiquette needs to go a little bit further.
Well, next week we are at
Get to
Charlotte,
you.
and we're having a patriotic night, if I'm seeing that correct, a couple days after Christmas.
We are. We're going to Charlotte for a 225-mile race. It'll be 150 laps, and we'll all be running patriotic schemes.
So here's what I'm thinking. If everybody can get their schemes in, maybe by Thursday or so, Friday of this week, we'll put them all on Facebook, tag both pages, let all the viewers out there that are added, let them vote, and we might just do a little giveaway for the best patriotic scheme decided by the voters.
Sounds good to me. Sounds like a good way to get viewers involved.
Well, you're going to have to tell your nation to vote openly.
That's the plan. I mean, totally not going to tell them to be any biased whatsoever in voting.
Well, all right.
No sarcasm.
You rather win it honest.
Completely. 100%.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap it up tonight for myself, Richard, Blake, Dustin. Thank y'all. Make sure you follow everybody on Twitter, Facebook with HTL iRacing League, SBRN, and we will see y'all next week as we take it to Charlotte.
Is there else then?
Have a Merry Christmas, y'all.
Take care, everybody.